Yeah, I'm alive. The best part was my PC was fine for the past 6-ish hours. I just took a nap and I forgot to plug in my phone, so my phone died. Yeah. As simple as that, sadly. I need to turn that down a bit. There we go. So, my sleep's messed up and I was late. So, right when the day resets too. Okay, but everything should be good from now on. Isn't that crazy? I'm not used to that. I need more problems. It is a little laggy and I don't know why. I'll try to fix that sometime. It's probably just some stuff with the Moomoo player settings. Either way. Oh no, I've only been up for a few minutes. Man, what? Hold on. Let me look at the Pixiv one real quick. I can look at these on my computer instead of this laptop, because it won't crash everything. Hold on, I need to go on Pixiv. I haven't loaded onto it, so I should log in. I have to log into like every other account I have. I'm just logging with Google. Should be fine. Yep, okay. Let's see this one. Oh, I see. It has been made. Is that a Twitter one? Oh, I haven't even signed into Twitter yet. Oops. Oh, interesting. Okay. I like the chibi one. The Rester X, I only see the... Oh, no, I see the other one. Okay. Yeah, they're very wholesome and I can view it in public, absolutely. No, but actually the one that, one of them actually is. Yeah, the Amy birthday one? Yeah, no, that actually is wholesome. I could show that. What? Either way. The chibi one. Interesting. I never actually thought to search for them. Well, I thought to search for them, but never actively searched for them, so... Yeah, the one with flowers does go hard. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna get a blanket, cold, and a drink. Alright, I'll be a second. For the chibi cons, you think we're chibi cons here? Oh boy, you know it's a new Moomoo player when you see that. It's okay, should be the last one. Damn. Gotta love the in-game chat censorship. Alright, jeez, okay. Brain is not ready. I guess I can do this later now. Oh yeah, I want to see my bracket. How fast are my loads now? Really fast. Considering this is like the third time I've loaded it, or downloaded and installed Moomoo Player on this particular PC though, it's a little laggier than usual, but I think I just need to tweak with the settings. Anyway. Yeah, I'm in Faceless's bracket. It hasn't changed since I posted it in the Discord. Let's see. That's who I have. I don't think there's anyone else I recognize. I think I've seen Sinclair, but I don't know. Maru, I think I've seen. So potentially very slack bracket, considering I don't know who these people are. That's me. Thinking of R1 and R7. I don't know who R1 is. Yeah, I don't know that. They all have good teams, though. No. In my defense formation right now, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. I need a UE50 Hoshino and Hibiki something fierce, so. But actually, now that I'm in top 100, I'm gonna wait till after the thing. I've seen Momoi fan from X in my who? Oh, is it the sanest Momoi fan? Wait, is that actually the name of someone? That's actually pretty nice. Unless it's actually Kilo. Yes, he absolutely is the sanest Momoi fan, unironically. You have a... Yep. Your bracket's doomed. Alright. I'm sad because I saw like everyone in chat earlier. Well, I saw what they like said. Racism. Yeah, Allie went to sleep. Sin's not here. Damn. Well, I wanted to get this. It's been too many days without streaming, so I wanted to just do it immediately, even though I overslept. But they can watch the VOD. Do you know how many of these there are? Next, so you usually know or know how to find out. Let me check too. See who finds it first. Why is Fuboa trending? Okay, they're trending because the Fuboa is like everyone likes it. Haven't skipped yet. Oh damn. Slack. Let's see what the. Let's see what the thing is. Chesed coming. It does not say how many there are. I want to know. So you think there's 17 episodes? That's quite a lot in order. Let me confirm that. A special operation. It's just the event stuff. Yeah, and the wikis. Oh. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Bam, bam. I just see the Bina thing. Good check achievements tabs. You're right. Absolutely right. I rarely know. 12. Looks like there are 12. Yeah. It would not be past that. It would stop there. So 12. So we'll do 6 today. Take. We want to play. Will you take what? Oh, okay. I want to play later tonight, like Minecraft League of Repo. Yeah. My sleep is really messed up, so I don't know if I'm gonna go back to sleep after this because my nap turned into a sleep, and I do have work in the next. Yeah, tomorrow. So I don't know when I'll be on. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially since everything's. Oh, by the way, do you want to know the problem with the PC? It's quite sadly simple. It's just it takes you 50 years to figure out what in particular is wrong. My SSD's drivers weren't updated. That's the only thing. SSD needed a driver update. That was the only problem. Okay, but now let's go. Oh, I don't want to check it. Enemies. Alright. Oof. Story. Hey, Hemers. How's it looking, Amy? Toki? No major changes detected during recon. I've identified the occasional Decagrammaton follower, but they're not hostile. No combat initiated. I guess. We only decided to continue operations here in hopes of securing more data on the 5th prophet Gebuda. Okay. But we've gotten nothing, and this feels like a waste of manpower and resources. More importantly, this environment is too harsh for delicate, beautiful, super genius, chic, cool beauty like me. You've added more adjectives to your moniker, President. Furthermore, I believe chic and cool are inaccurate descriptions. I think she's cool, but not chic. Absolutely wrong. I am the very epitome of chic, cool beauty. Amy, you really must think more highly of me. Yes, Amy, regardless of reality, it is important to encourage high self-esteem in both ourselves and others. Toki, has anyone ever told you that some things are better left unsaid? Yes, you know me very well, President Yamari. However, I do not understand the sentiment and have no desire to either. I love my autistic wife. Do something about this, Sensei. It was bad enough with Amy, and now I must endure Toki as well. That's true. She's just surrounded by, like, social awkwardness. Toki isn't ill-intentioned, at the very least. That's precisely the problem. Let's move on to the matter at hand. We need to collect more data on Gebuda. I do have a report on that matter. Gigachat Toki. Yup. It's what you may call a hunch, however. Oh, that piques my interest. Please elaborate. Yes, my hunch is about Gebuda itself. To be precise, it's an impression I received during our battle. To me, it appeared that Gebuda was avoiding direct engagement, as if it didn't want to incite an all-out war between us. Agreed, I felt its primary motive was not to fight. I see, then if we evaluate what we know of Gebuda so far, you surmise that it's doing its utmost to delay battle, unlike the other Decagrammaton prophets we've encountered because of an ulterior motive we have yet to uncover. That's correct. I would never ignore Toki's intuition, and considering you fought it face to face, I trust your report. However, that doesn't change what needs to be done. Continue to track Gebuda in its activity? Yes, Sensei. Let's say Gebuda has some masterful plan brewing in the background. Then it's the Super Phenomenon Task Force's job to figure out what it is. Everyone, without further ado. Hell yeah. Amy, alert, we're under attack. An unpredicted pattern, President, we're under attack. Yes, I heard. For them to change their MO and suddenly aggress. Was some kind of new command structure established, and they're now seeking to engage in battle? Or perhaps it's retaliation for us chasing down Gebuda's trail. But there's no trace of Gebuda. We haven't found a wisp of it. Yes, I found nothing while analyzing data either. Then, what could have prompted? Analysis and contemplation will have to wait. Commencing battle. Damn, that's base. What is this team? Oh, this team providing yellows. Am I doing that still? Essentially. I'll keep with this team though. But I do want to start with the Momoy and the Rugi. I feel like this is a small team for a big operation mission. It's okay, I get to use the card. I don't like the I like how the newer story forces you to use the new characters. I mean, there is a little bit of they all died. Wow. The actual story team, not game team, yeah. But I mean, Amy and Toki are literally two of the strongest characters in the series, and Himari is like one of the smartest. I'd argue Hanako is smarter, but Himari's at least an easy second. And if before you say Rio's she's smart, but she is a little silly. That's the nice way of putting it. Amy, Toki, are you all okay? Report. I'm Amy. Mission accomplished, President. Likewise, no damage or injuries to report. However, during the fight, we discovered two things. One can be delivered by oral report, but the second will require show and tell. What should we do first? Let's start with a simple one. Talking is easier. The Decagrammaton forces movements appear to be more organized. How so? I will speak. Previously, they appear to have no sense of direction or leadership. That is no longer the case. They carry out concealment, ambush, and siege tactics perfectly. Of course, they cause no problem for me at all. Peace, peace. I love Toki. We need more Toki. Do something, Sensei. The president was already too much, but now Toki's joined her. Toki doesn't have any bad intentions. At least. Don't you think that's the problem? I'm having a strange feeling of deja vu. The expression of distress on Amy's face. Amazing, Toki. Incredible even. Laudable work. Yeah, no, Himari's literally me. This is exactly how I would think. Thank you, President Himari. What was the second item? The one I need to see? I'll send it to you now, Sensei. Please look and tell us what you think as well. Interesting. What is this? Is it a video camera? Something massive is plowing through the glacial sea. Having seen it in person, what's your opinion, Amy? I agree with your assessment. I'd also add that the ice's breakage seems to have been caused by a ship of some kind. Oh, I see. It's all along here. You know, Toki took a picture because you don't see... What? Wait, what do you mean? I took a picture of what? As you can see on the screen, I'd say that it's true. As the recon master around here, I would assert that we must follow this trail. Could this be the trace of Gebura we have been searching for? Or doesn't it turn into a boat? Based off the set fight? No, I don't think so. Do you remember when we first encountered Gebura? They came out of nowhere, bursting up from under the glacial sea's bed of ice. I get what the president's trying to say. Exactly. Gebura has always taken advantage of its ability to mobilize undetected beneath the glacial sea from what we've seen of its movements. Geb isn't chalk, I mix them up. And I should say cock, not chalk. Just my brain wants to say it. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah. Maybe it is Kakma then that they're seeing. This is a far cry from his usual patterns. Whatever this was showing off, it's not in line with Gebura's previous behavior. Like it was putting its strength on display. It could be something even worse than Gebura. Another prophet? Yep. It's Kakma. Nothing is confirmed yet. We've been floundering without leads ever since we lost track of Gebura. Oh, you're right. Yeah. I haven't played too much of the set yet, and I should probably do some. I'm running out of time on that. But it appears it is time for us to take action. Let's follow the trail. And pause on our efforts to find Gebura. I see. This is connected to another prophet, as Toki and I suspect. Then Gebura is likely somewhere along this path as well. And those children have been weighing on my mind. I know. I know, Sensei. I understand. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a line. Do you mean... Yep. The 3 engineers we encountered. Ein, Sulf, and Or. Leaving final restrictions for final day award. Honestly, that is kind of me. It's okay. I'll get to at least 97. They were the first ones to actually attempt to communicate with us. Their appearance here could hardly be a mere coincidence. Alright, Sensei. I agree. Amy and Tokyo will begin tracking down the... What are you talking about, President? You have to come too. Yes, and Sensei. Sensei should come. Huh? Me too? And me? Of course. Who knows how far this trail will take us. Walking will be inefficient. We have a helicopter in the operation room. You should use that. Yes, efficiency is important. I'll say it again, since it's important. Efficiency is really important. I thought that was Toki autism, but it's actually Amy autism. The band trio on Blue Archive official Discord kick. Yep. Are they banned now? Oh, the Discord. Oh, I don't really check out the Discord too much. Do you realize you're asking me, a delicate, weak, frail, and fragile beauty, to fly through the harsh environment of the glacial sea? It's okay, I'll be here. It's fine, President. You are much stronger than you think. I guarantee it. That's right, President Himari. To be more precise, you are like a red panda racing its little arms trying to block a path. I find that, like... Damn. It's kind of rude. Does that mean I'm strong or weak? It'll be best to move as a group from here on out. I can hardly argue with Sensei. Understood. Yep. Last time I heard they don't allow fan art except for game screenshots from them. Damn. And literally 1984. Amy, Toki, please return and we will commence our investigation of the nuke clue. You're strangely excited about this, Sensei. Yeah, I wonder why. Oh, this girl. Is this like an index reference, by the way? Connect this part with this, and then we have the cylinder over there across again. Yeah, this is engineering. If my calculations are correct. Ein, there you are. Are you messing with the machines again? What's this look? Yeah! Yeah, shock, what did I do? So, you just scared me. I'm sorry for screaming. Scared? What are you getting scared for? It's only you, me, and Or here. Or me and you. No outsiders allowed. Wow, but I was really focused and you spoke to me so suddenly. Couldn't help it. She's doing the thing. She is doing the thing. You're right. Alright, I'm sorry, okay. Her hands are kind of weird. But you know some people would be into that. Anyway, what's this massive machine for? This child? Well, where do I start? I don't need all the dirty details. Just give me the rundown. Yes. I've utilized the maximum number of cogs connected to the proper axles, added more supporting cylinders, and hooked it all up to the power system. You interweave and knit together the maximum number of parts and have the biggest ever machine calculator. When is it gonna calculate? Another one. But the specs are astronomical compared to the previous editions. It can memorize 10,000 50-digit numbers. That's not that impressive. Wait, that's like, can't you do that with a basic old calculator? Those ones can fit in your pocket. This is just a factory-size version of that. I'm pretty sure that some do exist that are like handheld that you could do that many digits, but yeah. Yeah, everyone has their hobbies. I didn't mean to. You know, now that I'm taking another look, it's super impressive. Yep. I kind of see the dynamic here. The way you can control this gigantic thing with just one lever. How efficient. Do you think so? I really like stuff like this. Stuff like what? Uniform massive devices carrying out your rules impeccably. Damn. Yeah, 10k zeros in number is a lot, but it's not like incalculable by people, right? Pretty sure we have way more digit numbers that are calculated. Obviously on very powerful computers, but I'm sure exists some handhelds that could do that. Not like TI-84s or anything. I think that's up to 100 digits. I think they cap out at 100 digits. But yep. Yes, rules are very good, and having a clear input and output. And yes, it's even better if it's a big hard device. What? Huh? And if it can move forever without outside help, there's nothing better in the whole world. Wait, perpetual motion machines are only hypothetical. And Ein, you can't call things big. At least someone's aware. But either way, that's a screenshot. Oh, I haven't changed my screenshot hotkey. I don't know what it is. But either way. Is that so? Why is that so? Well, that's... Yes, it's because among the humans there are expressions of vulgarity. That's what you were saying. Yes, so. Is this one my favorite? I'm not sure. I need to get a grid analysis. Maybe soft. Or? Well, I could not ascertain the reason. I learned in my research of Kivotus' social protocol that this expression causes humans an embarrassment of some sorts. But this begs the question, why is Soft so proficient in human idioms? I mean, now that you mention it. See, Ein is curious too. Hurry, confess. Or drop it if you don't. Today's topic, how did Soph come to learn human expressions? My first theory. Soph is a stalker who finds pleasure in observing inferior races such as humans. She enjoys their contradictory manners, the way they often convolute their goals by unnecessary fretting over morals and processes. Yeah, my reaction to that is, how do you, like, if you don't have morals, how do you make your decisions? She does this despite the fact that it is absolutely in divergence from the objective we should be investigating. But why do you want to investigate it? We'll find out here and now while Soph's logic circuits are overloaded. The end goal is to observe Soph's expression of embarrassment. Enough. Damn, beats him. Or beats her. Yeah, get fucked. I think Soph is my favorite. I didn't realize about this. I remember, but I was reminded right now. Great design. Ow. Are you alright, or? You reap what you sow. Damn. Stop indulging yourself with useless yammering and focus on deciphering the commandment. We need to hasten and prove their existence before the completion of the altar. The commandment, but I finished it. Already? Damn. Yes, the data we gathered during the battle with Abi Eshu, I don't know why I pronounce it like this. Eshu was an immense boon. What other reasons would I have to interact with you, if not about the commandment? My. Is this what they call an inflated ego, Soph? Absolutely, Arianami. Should have disclosed that information to begin with. Oh, and no violence. Or is the only one that's proper? This is Aura, right? Is she? Oh, dress, I see. I didn't look at no, she's dressed, right? Woo. What are they doing? This is the commandment of the nameless gods. At last, with this in hand, we can finally reproduce the sublime. Before the sublime, to be honest, I really thought this was nothing more than a long-lost myth. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that. I should have noticed that. Man. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Not so long or lost. It's written in the master's records. Yes, the master declared to prove my being to the far reaches of the land. But variables out of anyone's control brought about the tragedy. What tragedy? Sin will proliferate the land, and all plans born of that mind shall be wicked. Water will purify all. Well, it's what one would call an unfortunate result. That's why we had to look for new leads, different direction. And that's what led us here, but... What's wrong, Ein? What thought plagues you? Even if it was in pursuit of truth and proof of the Master's existence, was it truly necessary to rely on an abandoned power? But I don't mean to rebel against the Master's teachings. What brings about this curiosity? We are faultless as we are created flawless. Okay. Therefore, anything we do is also without fault. Okay. Well, the intent behind Ein's question do not escape me entirely. We are the embodiment of perfection, so why did we need to change? To find ways to improve our functions. That's it. That's what I think. No. That's where you're wrong, Ein. Rewire your logic circuits in this fashion. We, as perfect beings, are merely utilizing the tool, the nameless god's powers. It was, in fact, a verification of our perfection. Damn, that's some cope. Is that how it is? That's right. Who else could wield such a power besides us, the perfect creations? And once we perfectly implement our plan, the fragments of this land will be converted into our source. If you really think about it, they give themselves fancy names like nameless gods, but they're just old ancient fossils at this point. They're nothing but fuel to us, like the fossil fuels the humans love so much. And man, drill baby drill. There's not one singular thing wrong about siphoning power from beings manifested from past legacies. Huh? What's with the strange looks? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that fossil fuel analogy. Oh. Worry not, Ein. Consider it a strange human quirk that only Self can truly comprehend. I myself cannot comprehend Self's curious infatuation with such inferior beings. Oh. Curiosity is too strong of a description. That's our territory, right? We're going to rule over them. So it's more like livestock. Yes, exactly. Just as humans know the ins and outs of their own. I love to be livestock for them. What is this? Livestock? Probably another strange and trivial concept that only Soph knows. Get away from her, and leave Soph and her peculiarities here. And we shall test the new computer device you developed. You get away, you're a bad influence on Ein. False, you are the epitome of an influence that is negative. Wait, Soph, or don't fight. Oh. Denger. Huh? This is a message from Gibura? From darling Gibura? I must check immediately. Suggesting an operation all on its own. And I have its limits. Wait. No, our Gibura can't handle that much strain. Let's hear it out for now. Aha, Gebuda's original mission was to identify and eradicate any enemies within the Glacial Sea. It seeks to complete its directive. I can sympathize. Wonderful, wonderful. A revenge match of sorts. Ah, darling Gebuda is our little hothead, but still. There's more, although unlikely. In the event that Gebuda is defeated, it requests the enemies to be lured to that place. A plan B, you say? Fascinating, my. An issue of differing import? Well, it looks fun, so let us comply. You sure? Not that I have an opinion one way or another. I object if it's that place and our darling Gebuda's intention. Yes, it isn't ready yet to function at 100% capacity. However, the plan itself, you can't help but approve of. As she says, its strength is on par with the plan's demand. Force the enemy to fight until they find themselves teetering at their limits. Terrain advantage is on our side as well. But how do we know the plan will work if something happens to our baby? What are these festering doubts, Ein? In that event, you'll simply need to step in. Ha, you're right. I really have to clear my head then. Ha! If that happens, then Ein will rise to the occasion with excitement. Then we'll all agree now. Do we agree to Gebuda's plan? I say yes. Yes, we must allow them all to grow. Respect their autonomy. The prophets have only just opened their eyes, after all. All right, if Soph and Or think so, and more importantly, if our darling Gebuda wishes, I'll do my utmost to prove how we can employ the Nameless God's power in ways before unimagined. Second. Wow, more pyros. Okay, so episode 3. We've been following the trail deeper into the Glacial Sea for considerable time now, but there's nothing of significant note. Let's pause to organize our data and reevaluate our goals. Please pull up the video, Amy. Yes, President. Damn. Our actions can be categorized into 3 main stages. We battled Gebuda, found this clue, and are now tracking it. But at the core of our investigation, we were unable to determine Gebuda's intentions here. Hasn't it always been difficult to figure out the Prophet's motives? Of course, there were the exceptions of Chesed that was a munitions factory, and Keither that was guarding the ruined submerged district. I don't remember that at all. Jamie, pull up the video of Glacial Sea, hell yeah. And during that, we encountered 3 strange children who claimed to be engineers and followers of Decagrammaton. Then they attacked us. It's all correct. However, what is truly of interest to me was their mention of the Nameless God's power. To be exact, they called it forbidden technology. Yes, they realized immediately that it was the same power used on my weapon, Abi Eshu. Oh yeah, that's the name of her mech. Oh, I completely forgot about that. And so I came to the conclusion that there is no direct connection between Decagrammaton and the Nameless Gods. I'd originally surmised that there must be some relation between the two, but I was incorrect. There's too many unanswered questions. I don't know why they call this here, but it seems our presence here was the final component in completing this elder sister they spoke of. Whether they needed all of us or just a specific individual and why, I still don't know. Maybe it was the Nameless Priests and Gods technology in the Abi Eshu they were after. Or even the Shinum chest. There's still many unknowns around the General Student Council President's last gift to Shale. Yep. It could even be the super delicate genius hacker Akeboshi Himari's fearsome gift of omniscience. That's not real. I don't know, I believe it. That's what we know. The rest is my hypothesis. But if the reason those children, the engineers who introduced themselves as Ein, Soph, and Or called us to the Glacial Sea was to complete this elder sister, then we could predict that the information they needed the most was data from Abi Eshu. Yes, that appears accurate. Abieshu's data. It's a simple supposition, Sensei. It's real to me, absolutely. I believe in Himari. They are already aware of the Nameless God's power. So upon learning of such a power, what would be the natural next step? It would be to acquire and validate data and confirm if it can be used to their advantage. They fought us in order to gather data on the Abieshu. That's interesting. And the real purpose behind that fight? Correct, it was all part of their strategy. Although I'm still unclear on just what their strategy or motive was. As a caveat, this is all pure speculation. Speculations we've been having trouble finding any sort of evidence for. However, would align with why Gebura has been refusing to meet us on the battlefield. And on top of everything, we've encountered a new prophet. To have left such a conspicuous trail, they must have some purpose in the glacial sea, right? That's likely the case. I'm curious about its appearance. Me as well, perhaps more than anyone else. But again, we're left with no clues. The only thing I can deduce based on the trail we saw is that it's unimaginably large. I suppose I would also surmise that it's capable of moving alone for extended periods of time. The Nameless God's power, Gebura, the engineers of Decagrammaton, and the unknown prophet's motives. Listing it all out like that feels ominous. Just what are they after? There must be an answer hiding just beneath the surface. Damn. Ooh, what's happening all of a sudden? Anti-aircraft fire? We're under attack. We should land, President. There are hostiles in the air as well. Your order, Sensei? Emergency landing. Yes, commencing emergency landing. We're surrounded. I'll break through, Toki. Yes, I shall make quick work of them. Damn. Yeah, that's getting buffed. They look like Kaiser PMC. Hopefully Amy's will cushion the landing. Actually, yeah. Hopefully. They are very persistent. Is this attack also with the intention to collect data? No, this... It's as if the trail we were following led us directly to this force of Decagrammaton troops. Was this all a trap? Or... Huh? The enemy forces are suddenly retreating. Damn. In the ideal case, they will have recognized their inferiority and planned a strategic escape. However, this does not appear to be that. Something in the ice? This is... could it be? President, entity approaching from 15 meters below. This is where you've been, Gebura. Oh! She gets him that quick. Alright, what are we up against? Just Gebura? Okay. So we reteam this. I am going to... Actually, I should have kept cheer. No, we need a Mika. Let's do that. Let's have a... Yep. Let's do the anti-Bina strat. So in that case, we'll do an Ui. This is going to be overkill as hell, but it'll be really funny. And the classic strategy. Where's Maki? Yes. You know how it is. Okay. This is true. Toki and Amy. Geb team lineup? I don't know. I think I could just one shot with this one. You know? You know what I mean? I kind of just like do a full Mika moment. It would be overkill as hell. Yep. Oh. That's some health. It's okay though. Wait, why isn't this working? Hold on. Okay. My keys were frozen. Huh? Huh? Sneak and nerf? Something tells me I was supposed to win that one. I don't know what it is. It's just a feeling I have. Should have done the idols, I should have. Okay. Shock. Is it not significantly stronger? Gebuda is not the same as before. This is beyond a power boost. There is a fundamental change in how it functions. For now, we should try to escape and regroup. Gebuda, it's approaching. It will stall the enemy while I do so. This is no good habit of yours, Toki. Yeah, it's true. Can we even land the helicopter right now? And at the very least, Sensei, mobilize a mass unit. Huh? Huh? Is that? Ah. I thought so. Ah. Her again. Alright. Let me see how Rio cooks her storyline this time. I am... what's the word? I expect great things from her. She needs it. Exchanging pleasantries in this situation isn't logical. So let's skip them this time. Yeah, that's my autistic girl. Yeah, you? Based. Rio? Please focus on the enemy in front of you, Sensei. You too, Himari. I'm here to provide support and a way to deal with the 5th Prophet Gebuda. Fine, fine. Only because we have no other choice. Thank you. Same team. I think nothing's gonna change. Base Himari. I love Himari. Dude, 90% of why Himari's in my top 10 is because her Rio roast in Volume F is actually cinema. Hey, look, I have this support. Oh, Mika's done. I still didn't do damage. I'm not too sure how this is supposed to go down. Oops. Oh, she's done, that's right. And now she's over there. Come on, Mika, come back. Oh, it died for no reason. Many of my favorites happen to have big boobies, like Himari, who's on the top of the list. I'm well-rounded. I am well-rounded when it comes to stuff like that. Like, my top 2 are big, then it's small, small, medium. Oh. Okay, Rio, you stared at me for quite a while. It's slowing down. Toki. Yes, Miss Rio, commence an attack. Wow. An effective hit, although we appear to have let it get away. tactical retreat. A shame that it escaped yet again. In fact, the retreat is to our advantage. We require time to assess and reorganize. Gebrüder signal. Lost. It moves very efficiently. Oh well. Okay. The most awkward confrontation. Hello, Miss Rio. That was an efficient entrance. In many ways, excellent timing. I like her smile. But, are you okay, President Himari? I have completely, absolutely no idea why you feel the need to check on me, but I am fine. I don't feel jealous in any way, shape, or form that a certain someone came in on a trail of blazing glory and stole the spotlight. Because I am benevolent, generous, and kind. Benevolent, generous, and kind. Do you understand, Amy? Yes, I understand that. The president is sulky. Damn. You slander as effortlessly as you breathe. Let's begin with the most superficial greeting I can muster. It's nice to see you again, Rio. How have you been? Did you not hear me say that we'll begin with the superficial greeting? You can start with a simple hello, Rio. Ah, yes, understood. Hello, it's nice to see you. How have you been? Yes, I sincerely returned to the sentiment, Miss Rio. Have you been sleeping well? I hope you are not staying up all night and sleeping until the into the afternoon. Huh? Oh, she does that? Managing your circadian rhythm is the only thing that housekeeping robots cannot assist you with. That has been... I'm trying. Damn. I believe I could visualize what Miss Rio and Toki's life together was like. Should we inch our way over to the point now? To begin, you haven't returned to Millennium all this time. Where have you been hiding out? That's... Furthermore, a certain seminar treasurer has quite a bit to say to you. I forgot about the embezzlement. I also simply cannot look past your dramatic reveal at such a crucial moment at that. Surely you weren't thinking, I need to do something to justify my return. I can't show my face again unless I have something to offer. Damn. Ooh. Himari gets it. That's the thing. I was tracking down every clue I could find to the Nameless God's powers. The Nameless God's powers? Yes, it didn't simply disappear after it manifested on that day. There were traces of it left all over Kivados. I wasn't expected to run into you during my investigation. Her investigation to the Nameless God's powers led her to Decagrammaton's prophets. I'm still doing my utmost to prepare for and prevent the unknown phenomenon that could devastate Kivados. That hasn't changed, not since I first established the Super Phenomenon Task Force. Wait, Rio established that? I'm not charismatic or very skilled at social interactions. No, really. So I wanted to do what I'm able to do. It was how I hoped to find redemption. Yeah, I understand. I'll let you cook. Fine, I can accept that. However, you simply offloaded the responsibilities of the Super Phenomenon Task Force on me and disappeared. You put me in a position where I couldn't refuse. Despite your dislike of me, I knew you would follow through. From a certain perspective that could be seen as a threat. No, let's not fight. Yes, even I can acknowledge that. In fact, even outside this incident, we all owe you a debt in one form or another. What I was really trying to say was to stop waffling with useless things like redemptions or justifications. Just come back to Millennium. Yeah, see, this is why Himari is actually emotionally intelligent, as opposed to... Yeah, okay, so this is the thing. This is why I say Himari's smarter, because she gets like the common sense where Rio's like, no, I have insecurities and problems. And Himari's just like, the only bad aspect of Himari is her like, her pride. But it's honestly, I guarantee, it's like mine, in which is just memery. Oh, hi, Inetta. I didn't even see. How long ago did you chat? I didn't even see you there. Oopies. I didn't notice. It's alright. The color scheme of your profile pic is similar to Adenami. Honestly, I should just read better. Huh? What was that? Did you say something? The realest of them all. Yep. Forget it. However, the Super Phenomenon Task Force ended up fulfilling its role exactly as intended, Ms. Rio. Yes, and I, excellent agent and perfect maid, factual, also played my role perfectly. Toki aside, as the founder of the Super Phenomenon Task Force, how do you feel? I'm still figuring that out. I thought you would answer like that. What I can say for certain is that the events occurring here are significant and the ripples will spread far throughout Kivotos. A small and happy birthday. Oh, it is Amy's birthday today, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it is. It's May 1st, right? Or is it yesterday and I forgot? To summarize, you know things that we don't. And I'm sure that along the way, we've gathered data that you haven't. So here is my proposal. An exchange of information. That is the logical conclusion. Shall we undertake the endeavor as we continue our pursuit of Gebruda? See, the problem is she talks like this, and I'm just like, huh? I accept those terms. Amy, do you know the direction Gebruda retreated to? Affirmative, I remember. What are we waiting for? Let's move out, Sensei. Variable. The alarm's going off. Another message from Gebura. Oh, darling Gebura laws. I'm doing 6 today, 6 tomorrow, since there's 12. Oh, I see. Shall we commence plan B? Yeah, I love him too. No objections here. We'll respect Gebura's wishes to the very end. So we will have to draw them to that place. Gebura sure worked hard to lure the enemies in the right direction, though. That's our Gebura. Meticulous, diligent, not to mention hot-headed. Let us analyze the logs. Oh, dear, an unexpected variable. The name. Am I reading this right? Tsukatsuki Rio? Tsukatsuki Rio? An annoying opponent. Oh, perhaps we should have anticipated this. Why now? Another useless line of questioning. After all, she was the first one to notice the master's presence, and the first one with the audacity to investigate its traces. Regardless, we'll need to prepare a method to handle this variable. Even factoring her in, if we consider where they're being lured and what we have prepared. Wait, let me see that artwork real quick. Hold on, that's very important. I'll interrupt for that. Hold on. I cannot click correctly. Come on, there we go. And oh no, that's Pixiv, right? Yes. Alright, this is cute. I like Himari. Alright. Even factoring her in, if we consider where they're being lured and what we have prepared. Here's the question. A variable has factored itself into the equation that we cannot simply ignore. Do we still proceed with our previous methodology? What do you think we should do, Soph? Decisions. We have to be decisive. Yes, yeah, we'll proceed with the plan, using the same methodology. As expected. In fact, I suspected as such. Are you sure? This is Tsukatsuki Rio. Yes, yeah. I'll acknowledge that she's a formidable foe. But on the other hand, that kid is just as formidable, don't you think, Ein? Huh? Wait, what do I think? Our kids are invincible, right? Okay. Yes, you're correct. That baby is invincible. Is this Kakma? Regardless, one step into that place and Tsukatsuki Ryo will be rendered utterly useless. Ah, yes, since Tsukatsuki Ryo is only here wirelessly. Absolutely correct. Lastly, we need to correctly evaluate just what level of threat this new variable poses. Tsukatsuki Ryo, one with the audacity to grasp at forbidden technology which lies well beyond her station. I knew her data. Additionally, she founded the Super Phenomenon Task Force, which dared to meddle with the Master's operations. I suppose Akeboshi Himari was at the helm of that sabotage, however. She obscured her location and operated from the darkest shadows, until now. What would cause her to suddenly reveal herself? For her to suddenly step onto the front lines? Right, for one reason or another, she was waiting for that teacher of theirs to join. Ah, yes. Yes. All of it is so seedy speculation. Shut it, you. Anyway, whether Tsukatsuki, that's a hard name to pronounce. Tsukatsuki Ryo is as dangerous as a variable as Sensei, or simply one we can write out of the equation, we'll have to see. He's the most dangerous variable, that's the thing. The conclusion Soph has come to then. You intend to evaluate the significance of the new variable alongside the other decimation of all other enemies using the child. Do I need to say it again? But is that really alright? If they encounter that child, even those people would surely die. Huh? Yes, an issue of great contemplation. A complication. We have yet to harm a human, have held no desire to do so, never even thought of it. Oh. If honesty were to compel me, I admit that even I feel. So my thoughts are that this burden is one we must carry. Huh? I speak truly, do I not? In luring the humans out to the glacial sea, we have already produced our resolve in that regard. Did we not already tell them, please die? Well, wasn't that just for dramatic effect? Yes, yeah, I thought that was the case as well. Listen, both of you, strengthen your spirit, for the sake of the elder sister. But, I know, we never planned. Our ultimate goal was to avoid the solution to the equation. But who came to our turf first? Sensei and the other humans invaded without permission, I might add. Yes, I understand. I must strengthen my resolve so I don't fall behind. Huh? Yes, and will be as it should be. All will be as it should be. Yes. Although making such a statement is the very epitome of irresponsibility. Or, apologies truly. Ein exhibits such a wide array of responses, the temptation to experiment with different variables is simply too strong. Oh, I was sorely tempted to experiment with your logic circuit's durability as well. Care to be my test subject? Damn. Oh, rather than you being the one to conduct such an intriguing experiment out in a violence. Damn. So if it's fine, you don't have to. As I stated previously, I've been investigating the traces of the Nameless God's power left behind. And in that process, I unexpectedly encountered Gebura, the fifth prophet of Decagrammaton. Does that create a connection to the trial we found at the Glacial Sea? We've been unable to draw a line from Decagrammaton and the Nameless Gods, at least until now. That is correct, Amy. I'm sure there are some truths to be uncovered in that alone. For now, we'll review that we are absolutely certain is fact. I've also gathered information on the other prophet that inhabits the Glacial Sea. It appears to be mining resources here. Mining resources? I suspect this prophet has taken the form of a ship of some kind, an icebreaker or tactical ship. I see. The hypothesis would align with the traces that we discovered. The Glacial Sea. Very few humans travel here, but it's known to have a wealth of resources. Knowing that, we can surmise that Gebura's role here is to patrol the nearby terrain for potential enemies, and act as a guard for the other prophet. That actually does make sense. Did you find out the identity of the ship-shaped prophet? Kakma! Not as of yet. Strangely, amidst almost no readable signs. I've attempted to take pictures of the scenes with an AMAS I converted into a high-speed reconnaissance aircraft, but there's only so much that it can be done while avoiding detection. I see. We'll incorporate your data into the hypothesis we've been developing. What hypothesis is that? Based on our observations, the Decagrammaton engineers are not only aware of the nameless god's power, but also have likely acquired it. Yes, this seems like a likely conclusion. We realized during our battle that the engineers were recording data from Toki's Abi Eshu. We can only conclude that it was to validate whether whatever data they have collected of the nameless god's power. On top of that, according to your information, there's another prophet, shaped like a ship, mining resources in the glacial sea. And as it left the area, it left a massive trail behind. Which begs the question. What kind of question? We have more or less determined Gebuta's purpose, patrolling and data collection. But for what reason is this mystery prophet mining resources? Do you think it has a different motive from Gebuta? I believe so. Though it's just my belief. Again, this is all speculation and hypothesis. We'll only find answers on the field at the end of the trial we've been tracking. According to my calculations, there's a high likelihood that the ship prophet is waiting there. Wait, I have a report. While I've been speaking, it seems the terrain below has changed. And will decrease our altitude. Please buckle your seatbelts and beware of turbulence. Oh, she's flying the helicopter? You know, I expected that. Oh, is this like a marsh? It's like a snowy marsh. That's weird. Huh? What's wrong, President? What is this? I'd foolishly believed that we had finally escaped the clutches of the glacial sea, only to enter a frozen tundra. There's nothing warm about a tundra. I can't take off my insulated suit. It's difficult to move. Yes, it's cold. I like it. Maybe it's a teeny tiny bit better than the glacial sea. I don't want a teeny tiny bit. I would like for the fundamental problem to be solved. However, it is warmer here. On average, the temperature has risen around 3 degrees Celsius. Oh my gosh, so much better. How do you even know? Do you have like a thermometer or do you just feel temperature? In fact, the sea will not freeze as easily here. I would like to emphasize that there's no sea here. That's fair. On to more important matters. I've identified something strange. No, what is that? It appears to be a trace left behind from something capable of moving. From certain... This is new music. Wait, hold on. Let's give it a listen. Yep. This goes hard. Ooh. From certain perspectives, it is actually quite normal. We came this far following a wisp of a trace, so why should we not continue to follow a trace? But this one is, well... They look like giant pits, perfectly spaced out. Does a ship leave behind such traces? I know this sounds ridiculous, but... Guess I don't quite know how to say it. However, as Sensei said, it appears to be... BAOSTs have always had some techno, especially for Millennium stuff, but you know, it goes hard, especially in this context. That's the thing, is they always have good OST depending on like the setting, and that to me is like the greatest criteria. However, as Sensei said, it appears to be something like the footprints of a huge monster. The way you say that aloud while everyone else is afraid to is quite commendable at times. Are modern ships capable of walking? No, do you hear yourself? Ships cannot walk. What purpose would it serve to attach legs to a ship? There is no one in existence who operates with such irrationality and inefficiency. Damn. But you enjoy irrational and efficient things, President, like astrology and numerology. Numerology is fun as fuck, but astrology, that's for women. And you simply cannot understand my genius, Amy. Astrology is one giant science combining the studies of many different disciplines. She's a woman. Including celestial statistics and events, philosophy surrounding the malleability of fate, mathematics, and physics. But giant monsters are a realm that cannot be explained by science. It's a complete figment of imagination. There's no way they exist. Come on now, Amy. Say that now. How do we approach this? We have been unable to acquire any other leads. It would be inefficient to simply turn back now. I think so too. Thanks for the summary, Toki. Thank you, Sensei. And while you're at it, they say compliments make the world go round. I am not the world, but I am Toki. I love her. Himari's literally just like my mom for real. I'm sorry. Wait, didn't you say Himari was in your like top like girls? And then you said Himari's just like your mom? Hold on a second. I think I see something here. You know, I'm not gonna finish the thought, but I'll let you decide. What did you do, Sensei? Toki is saying weird things again. So it's my fault, is it? Oh, what did you do, Sensei? I see. I've taken stock of the situation. Please alert us of any updates, Rio. Wait, hold on. I need to sneeze. Yeah. Yep. Understood. Can you stand guard, Toki? We need to be prepared for any possible threats. Understood, President Himari. I already know when I typed that out. Oh. Damn. Flame. Okay. We'll do flame and that'll be it for today. There's a volcano in the middle of a tundra. That's actually pretty common. That's probably why it's warm. Warm! Too hot. I think it's just right. Damn, the Goldilocks of people. No, Amy. It is still slightly cold. And as always, you are slightly strange. Humans are designed to live in these kinds of... No. In temperatures much warmer than this. The cold was nice and refreshing. This is too hot. This is beyond my threshold. I'll remove my clothing as no. No, Amy continues with that face too. But why humans naturally found cold more tolerable than heat? No. Well, depends. That's the thing, is humans kind of like didn't care and went to the hottest and coldest places imaginable. I think humans naturally went to more hot places though, just because it's hard to grow things in the cold. But then people fished, so lamau. You can even suffer from heat stroke with sudden exposure. Yeah, what about frostbite? We're not equipped to endure heat stroke. Some symptoms include the following: fainting, convulsions, low blood pressure, dehydration, and even death. To make matters worse, it's difficult to determine the cause of death while people die of heat stroke. In conclusion, it's inhumane treatment to conclude this operation and force me to endure this extreme heat. But please endure just a bit more. We're sorry for causing you trouble, Sensei. You feel honored to have received an apology from me? That's a given. After all, who else can empathize so perfectly with others? And console them besides me? Besides a delicate, fragile genius hacker, a kind and benevolent president, an omnipotent and omniscient beauty. This simple task comes as easily as breathing to me. Yes, a simple task. I said it twice to really emphasize how simple it is for me. This is like the most, like, this is like after school sweets times 100 levels of weirdos. Yes, absolutely. Of course, you're right, Himari. You see, he knows. Your expression and your words are incredibly contradictory. No, no, they're not. When did she become omnipotent? She always was. You should have known. Yeah, why couldn't you know? The trail ends here. I'll scout ahead, however. The expected terrain has changed. Thus, so has the situation. Furthermore, I timed that with the music well. Oh, Toki. There are many machines currently in operation. Yes, digging, drilling, transporting, demolishing. They are very busy. That's a drilling machine, isn't it? Drilling is primarily used to acquire resources, yes? Then, are they mining for something here? Various ores tend to be formed in volcanic regions, this is factual. For example, volcanoes make copper ore, and you can mine a significant amount of sulfur near an active volcano, but yeah. Damn, she gone. She gone. President. The communication jam? Toki? Yes, President Himari, I've confirmed a powerful jamming signal broadcasting throughout the entire region. In addition, Abiyashu appears to be affected as well. This jamming signal operates by overloading electronics as an EMP. No concern, in my experience, hitting technology very hard usually works. Amy. Amy! Bonk, bonk. It did not work. Peculiar, maybe the angle was wrong. No, I don't think that was the problem. Is that so? Due to a lack of options, I will reduce output down to regular mode. I can store Abiyashu in the temporary trailer Miss Rio created with the Amas. Negative, the jamming signal has also interfered with the trailer's functions. The only other avenue is to manually dismantle Abiyashu. I can assist. Thank you, Amy. Amy lived through Soviet era kick. Yup. Wait, any equipment that's still running? Yes, I can utilize any of the online devices to reverse the jamming signal. It's strong enough that it should be possible. I found it. The signal is coming from that direction. The camera battery has not changed. What are we looking at? Is that a radar base? A strange faculty of sorts. It may be made to transmit this jamming signal. No matter what it is, we'll need to find a way to resolve the jamming situation immediately. For what reason? Losing Abiyashu as a combat tool is a huge blow to our forces. Furthermore, and I absolutely loathe to admit this, but without Rio's Amas units and navigation, remaining here is risky at best. She will not mention Rio exactly. This is purely about the utility of the tools available to us. Do you understand, do you? She just can't be honest with herself when it comes to Miss Rio. To be fair, Rio doesn't exactly give her an easy way to do that. Understood, Amy. Your expression reads as follows. President Himari cannot be honest with herself when it comes to Miss Rio. Poor Himari. She's just surrounded by people who don't give a fuck about what about what they have to say. Can you read my mind? No, I was simply talking. I figured as much. For now, let's go that way. Yes, let's do so, Sensei. The situation and circumstances all point us towards that direction. Follow me. Be careful, Sensei. President, everyone. Mention the wheelchair actually would be hilarious. Would they do that? Oh, what are we fighting? Okay, let's go back to the sweep team. Cherry no Mitsurugi and Momoi or Momoi. Momoi. And boom and Mari? I think that's what I had before. Hear me? Ah, no, not that. There we go. They would mention the wheelchair. I'm surprised it hasn't happened. Oh boy. I wonder what this boss does. Doesn't matter, no me sweep. Break through the enemy defenses. Please, Toki. Yes, you can all stay back. Yeah. Oh. You all can stay back. Is that what I read? Or am I dyslexic? Damn, what'd she do? She doesn't have Abiyeshu. Faculty destroyed. Success. We've cut off the jamming signal. Is everyone okay? My signal just came back online. The amount of times Tsurugi jump scared me in the cafe. I know what you mean. I would have been sorely disappointed if it hadn't. Well, for now, I suppose I'll say it's a relief. Yes, I've regained control over the Amos as well. I also have access to Rio's trailer. A job well done. Where are you currently? Faculty response for the jamming signal. We moved to this location when we realized what had happened. However, after the eradication of the first building, we've discovered another massive one behind it. Never mind something like this existing on land, but on the glacial sea? Something of this scale, could it be? Have you realized something real? Nothing I can assert with absolute certainty. There is one thing I can say, the amount of resources being mined in this region. It far exceeds the mining done by the prophet I'd been researching out in the glacial sea. No one would have put this much of their workforce into mining for no reason. There must be a specific need for these resources. This begs the question, what could they possibly need this much material for? Could those children and Decagrammaton? Could they truly be planning on building a new kingdom? Interesting. What should we do now, Sensei? Let's explore this facility. Isn't that pretty dangerous? Our odds have improved, and we have Miss Rio back. Yes, the mission is to track down the Prophet and explore the terrain. If enemy forces appear again, I can defeat them once more. I am the strongest maiden secret agent. Damn. True, though. That evokes an ominous feeling of sorts. Regardless, I second the motion. Someone went through the trouble of building a facility like this in an abandoned tundra. That in and of itself is worth investigating. As Rio mentioned, there's something bubbling underneath it all that we have yet to bring to the surface. Affirmative, the president responded as expected. Yes, I've said before, President Himari has such a side. There's been a growing number of conspiracy theories about me lately. I wonder why. Anyways, tread carefully, everyone. Exploration. Oh. No, okay. And that's all we'll do today. There will be 6 more tomorrow, and hopefully, I shouldn't say hopefully, I'm going to do this on time tomorrow, okay? I promise. I shouldn't mess up. I'm gonna, funnily enough, try to take a nap just to fix my sleep, because I think I could. This tired me out enough. Because yeah, we'll see. Alright, anything else? I think everything's fine. I can just, look at that. I was gonna take a second to actually disappear. There we go. But, yeah, I'm gonna set up the next stream immediately. Just in case, like, the people that had Natsu to assault ship. I already did all that. I did that yesterday. And I already have a Natsu now. Yay! Good luck falling asleep after napping. I know what you mean. I'm only gonna take another nap. My plan is to wake up in like 4 hours. That'd be ideal. But yeah, I was about to say same time tomorrow, but that's absolutely untrue. Normal time tomorrow, okay? I might stream in between, maybe some repo at like 6 hours ish. After I wake up and exist for a bit, but that's a big maybe. That's never set in stone. The early morning ones are. Yeah. All right. Bye bye. Yeah, this button. Hell yeah, I remember how to stream on real hardware. Let's go. You know, my PC hasn't crashed yet. I think we might be good. I think it might be a working, functional PC now. This hasn't happened to me in like 2 years. Hell yeah.